Hello everyone, welcome back to AI and Automation Studio. In the previous lessons, we learned about the range object and how to format cells using VBA. In today's lesson, we're going to learn 4 very useful range methods that are commonly used in Excel automation. We will learn copy, clear contents, delete, and AutoFit. And at the end of the video, I'll run a simple VBA example so you can see exactly how it works. So let's get started. First, let's look at the copy method. Suppose we have some data in cells A1 to C5, and we want to copy this data to another location. We can use the following VBA code. Range A1 to C5.copy destination equals range E1. When we run this code, Excel copies the data from A1 to C5 and places it starting from cell E1. We don't need to manually press Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V. VBA performs the entire operation automatically. This is useful when we need to copy data from one section of a report to another, or when we are creating automated reports. Now, let's look at the clear contents method. Suppose we have old data in a report template, and we want to remove the old information before entering today's data. We can use range A2 to C5.clearContents. This removes the contents from the selected cells, but it keeps the formatting. So, if the cells have borders, colors, or number formats, those formatting options remain. This makes clear contents very useful when we use the same report template every day. Next, let's look at the delete method. Delete is different from clear contents. When we use range A2 to C2.delete, Excel actually removes those cells. The surrounding cells will then shift to fill the space. So remember this simple difference. Clear contents removes the data, while delete removes the cells themselves. Now, let's look at our fourth method, AutoFit. Sometimes the information in an Excel report is longer than the column width, so we cannot see the complete data. We can use range A to C.EntireColumn.AutoFit. This automatically adjusts the width of columns A to C according to the contents. This is particularly useful when VBA creates reports automatically, because we may not know how long the data will be. Now, let's see one of these methods running in a real Excel example. Here I have a small employee report with 3 columns, employee, department, and sales. I have some sample data in the report, and I want to remove the existing data while keeping the report formatting. I'll open the VBA editor by pressing Alt and F11. Now I'll insert a new module. I'm going to create a macro called Clear Report. Inside the macro, I'll use range A2 to C4.clearContents. Now let's run the macro. And as you can see, the data has been removed from the selected cells. But notice something important. The formatting and the table structure are still there. This is exactly why ClearContents is useful for reusable report templates. For example, imagine that this is a daily MIS report. Every morning, instead of manually deleting yesterday's data, I can simply run this macro. The old data is removed, while the formatting stays in place, and I can then load today's data. This is a very simple example, but when we combine these methods with other VBA techniques, we can automate much larger reporting processes. So, let's quickly recap what we learned today. Copy is used to copy data from one location to another. Clear contents removes the data while keeping the formatting. Delete removes the cells themselves. And AutoFit automatically adjusts the column width according to the contents. These 4 methods are simple, but they are extremely useful in real-world Excel automation. If you found this lesson useful, please like, share, and subscribe to AI and Automation Studio. In the next lesson, we'll learn about the cells object and understand why cells is particularly useful when working with dynamic rows and columns. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.